first thing Will and I want to ask you is, how bad is it? How bad is it?
Give it to us straight, Doc. Are we gonna make it?
It is not bad. You found the scene library, you used the scene, you used some assets, you uploaded your own assets. I think you can do a lot of extra stuff, and we can make it a lot more interactive, but not bad.
Welcome, folks, to another episode of the HiTech Podcast. If you are listening, you're in for a treat, of course, as always. But I know if you're watching, you're already pretty excited about the fact that we have a guest with us this week. I'll introduce our guest in just a moment. But before that, as always, make sure to follow us on all of the socials, all of the things. We really appreciate that. It helps all creators out, but it also makes sure that more people get to see this fantastic episode. You can follow us on the socials at HiTech Podcast or at HiTech Pod. I know, there's two. It's fine. If you'd like to be on the podcast, you want to submit any questions, you want to follow up about this episode, about Topia and all the wonderful things Sam is about to show us, you can email us inbox@hitechpod.us. And of course, this episode, links to the Topia page and any other resources we come up with will be on our website, hitechpod.us. Now that's me, Will. You're here with our co-host, Joshua Swartz, as always. And now let us turn to our guest, Sam. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And thank you for taking the time with us. Now, let's do some quick picture. Who is this wonderful Sam on screen today? How long, let's start with that. How long have you been with Topia? What is your role there?
I have been with Topia for 4 years now, a little over 4 years. I am in a customer success role. So I work with all of our customers, making sure that their worlds are useful to them. They're getting, if they're running an event on Topia, that everything is smooth, that they know how to use all of the tools. We do a lot of trainings, things like that. So I'm the go-to person when people need help on the platform.
Yeah, that's awesome. And in SaaS, 4 years is practically ancient. So do you feel like a fossil, or what's kept you around that long?
I really loved watching our platform evolve. We've come a long way, improved a lot of the tools. So it's been really cool to watch the journey that it's been on and be on the journey. So I feel like at this point, I have so much history that I just know, like, oh, this used to be there. Now we've moved it here. We've changed it. This is why we made those changes. And Topia is just a really amazing company to work for. So I've been very happy and enjoy the work that I do.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Will doesn't stick around quite as long as some of us on this call. So 4 years might seem like an extreme amount. No, I'm just joking.
I stayed with my last employer for 4 years, 11 months, and 2 days. Okay.
Yeah. You counted that. That just reinforces what I said. No, I'm just joking. So, Sam, before I ask our next question, we did kind of forget to mention those coming in, even though it's in the title. We're going to be talking a lot about Topia today. And if you're on a HiTech Podcast, we like Topia. If this is the first episode you're listening to, man, you're in for a journey for your first episode. But just a quick reference, we have a whole bunch of episodes about Topia. So if you want more context, because we're not going to give you a ton of pre-context about what Topia is, we're going to kind of just jump in a little bit. I'd encourage you to go check out some of our earlier episodes. Episode 216 and 229. Apparently, we've done 4 episodes on Topia, by the way. Just a quick reference. I didn't realize that until we started looking. So, anyway, but so Sam, you've been there at your job longer than Will at most other ones. No, so what drew you to Topia, though, right? So you said you really like Topia as a company and organization. What kind of drew you to Topia and getting involved with that?
I was looking to do something a little different, and I came from an event space, and we had done some virtual events, not as successfully as they could be done now with the tech. So when I saw the platform, I was like, oh, this could totally change the way we could have run this, and got really inspired and built a world on Topia, and I saw that they had open positions, so applied for it, and just sort of totally transitioned careers over into like a customer success space.
Okay. Now, Sam, what we're really here to do is improve the HiTech Podcast Topia area. We entered the space in an episode without a lot of planning would be an understatement. And so we just got our feet wet and then went back to what we've been talking about pretty much the last several months, which is AI. But we've been wanting to come back, which is why we're excited to have you here, because we wanted somebody to help us improve the space. Okay, so obviously we're going to do that live here on the episode. So I will say, those listening to audio at a certain point in this episode, because Will and I are not going to describe this for you word by word what happens. You might want to switch over to video. I'm just saying. But before we get there, you gave us some notes on our area, Sam, which are very helpful, and we're going to focus on a couple questions that we improved. But the first thing Will and I want to ask you is just how bad is it? How bad is it?
Give it to us straight, Doc. Are we
give us
gonna
to us straight.
make it?
Like, I want to just get straight into it. You know, what's
Have you seen worse?
Yes. Have you seen worse? You don't need to say who, but have you seen worse?
It is not bad. You guys found that. You found the scene library. You used a scene. You used some assets. You uploaded your own assets. It is definitely a great place to start. I think you can do a lot of extra stuff, and we can make it a lot more interactive, but not bad. I've been into some worlds that are just solid white, so...
Oh, okay.
But 2 or 3 assets in them, so you're doing great.
Yeah.
We went solid black, it's already better than just...
It's fine.
We had some assets. I do like that the baseline below us that you had to pick is just like a solid white world. I'm just joking.
Somebody walks
I
in,
feel like...
Is there a Topia god here?
Yeah, that would actually be that would be funny. No, I feel like I'm about to get like the most improved award, like in school today in this episode. Just side note, no, this is not Topia's fault. It's our fault coming in. So I'm super excited to jump in and you to kind of walk us through how to improve things. But so let's kind of jump in on that side. We're gonna have Sam share screen here for a little bit, and we're gonna kind of go into the world. Now, I will make a note here beforehand, and I'll remind everybody at the end of the episode, if you're listening to this episode and you want to experience the world, Will and I are going to make a link available on the episode page for this episode, so you can go in and check out what we end up creating here. But let's do this. Let's jump into Topia, and while we're doing that, I'll kind of navigate for those listening. We're gonna address three questions with Sam today, which is, how do we make it easy to navigate in Topia? How do we make a world that's easy to navigate? Because right now, Will and I's is a forest with a very large tank. I forgot about the tank. So it might not be the easiest to navigate. How do we make it feel interactive? And then how do we make it more social? All things that we apparently have done better than those who have just done white backgrounds. But I feel like we have not set the bar. So I'm excited for Sam to walk us through that.
Awesome. I'll share my screen. See if I can share my screen here. Awesome.
There we are.
Yeah, so one of the first things, and I know this is a question when I was watching the previous episode of like how to pick a background, right? So you guys chose this solid black, which is kind of cool. We're in the abyss, It's a little space-like, if that's what you're going for.
I think it was my dark mode vibes just coming out. It's because Will and I like dark mode everywhere.
Same. Absolutely. So we're just on Topia dark mode right now. But something that we did change, which probably would have helped you guys when you did this initially, is over here in world settings, there's a layout and location option. And we've added some default background options for you that tile beautifully across the whole space. So if you chose something like we have several grass tiles, I'll just choose one. It will tile and add that grass background for you.
I feel like I just exited Hades and went to the world again. This is
we just dropped in a whole new place. But now you may feel like you're not as lost inside of the space. Something else that we did, and I'll just zoom out here a little bit. When you're in builder mode, we added this red border that goes around the outside. And this is going to show you the walkable space. So I know you guys got trapped on your logo last time where you couldn't escape it. And it wasn't...
That's why.
And it wasn't
was so
visual
embarrassing
for you, right? Like
Yeah.
you didn't know that that's as far as it went. So this will give you an idea of exactly how far you can walk. And then under that same layout and location, you can adjust the height and width of your world. So if you do want it to be much smaller, we could say take this down to like 5,000 pixels by 5,000 pixels,
Yeah.
and then
Will,
now
she's
it's
so
much
much better
smaller.
at this than you were. I'm just making that
Hey.
comment now.
I'm 4 years in. I'm 4 years in.
I hope she is, right? You're doing great, Sam. And something that did happen is the beautiful, wonderful world of editing, right? I think I cut like 15 minutes of troubleshooting out of that episode because we got lost in certain things.
And we knew it wasn't
Nonetheless.
Topia's fault. It was mostly our fault.
It
We were
was
not
us.
paying attention to what we were
It was
doing. And
us.
Will did something that forever locked something that we couldn't fix. I forget
We
what
had
it
to
was, but
reset
it was,
the whole
it was
world.
a whole thing.
So you've
But-
just shrunk the red boundary, but I noticed, right, that red boundary is now cutting the world we had sick. So can we move it?
Absolutely. So I don't know if you guys know that as a part of moving assets, you can actually click and drag to select assets.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So I just I can select everything and then move it all down here.
And now we're in the middle of the lavatory or whatever.
yeah, look at that.
Yeah. So now we're in the middle of this box. And in terms of like making it easier to navigate, something else that can be really helpful is putting some sort of visual. Like we can see this red line and we know that that's as far as we can walk. But if we exit builder mode and try to walk, get my jetpack on here. If I try to go all the
She's
way
so
to
much
the
faster
edge,
than we are.
it's not really clear where it ends, right? We just sort of hit this invisible wall here.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're
Oh.
saying.
This is like
Because
so
that
many
was going to be
video
my
games.
question. So the end user can't see this outside of builder mode. So where I can see probably you're going, Sam, is that you want to make it clear where your end is inside your world.
Absolutely. And something that's really easy to do that, especially because you have these nice hedges here. We could grab these hedges. Hold on 1 second. I want to take both of them at the same time. We can take both of these and create a visual barrier here. So now that anybody that comes into the space will know, okay,
Okay.
this is how big it is, right? And I know I can't walk past these nice hedges. But you could use trees, you could use
Yeah.
and you can check, and I didn't do a very good job of lining these up. Like we can see that these are kind of wonky, but we can easily fix that because we have an alignment tool. So I can snap all of these together, and now
You
we
make
have
me a happy
nice...
person when there's an alignment tool in the tool. That's
Yes. It's one of my favorite things because I've spent a lot of my time, or a good chunk of my time at Topia, straightening walls and make them very precise. Yes. So having the alignment tool just really made me happy.
yeah.
So just kind of creating maybe a visual barrier like this. Oh, and I see someone else is editing. Perfect. And then you could do that all the way around the outside, right? And then you have your world sort of enclosed, even though this background stretches way past our technical walkable space.
Okay.
I already feel such an affinity with you, Sam, because Josh and I we talked about it in the last episode, but we've played video games where this is the thing you do in the video game, and we're the ones spending like, all right, is it 2 pixels to the left? Is it 3 pixels to the right? You know, you want it just right.
Something else that might help if we're just talking like purely navigation is creating. Do you guys have? I don't think you've done anything with zones, have you, on the platform?
No, not yet.
We have several different kinds of zones, but say you had, and just for, I'm going to grab some of your blocks here, just as an example. So say this was its own room over here, and we could give it, or maybe even this main area, because this is one giant asset, right? So zones are going to be, they have to be attached to an asset. So since this is like multiple, we wouldn't be able to attach it to this group of assets, but we can attach it to one. So since you have this big main area, under this configuration option, you have zones. And then from zones, you can select a type. And one of those is called a landmark zone. And what landmark zones do is then allows you to assign a name to this one. So if you guys want this to be like main office, for instance. If we turn this on to be visible, then if we go into the main office area, now if I were to open up this current user list, it'll show that we're all in the main office.
Ooh, and
And I
leave.
could see, I could see who's in the main office. It also adds a teleport automatically. So if you ever go to this world option, you can see a list of landmarks and you can teleport directly to them.
Okay.
So it makes your world just a little easier to navigate, especially if you have a bunch of different areas. Or if you had a lot of people in here, I could say, oh, cool, Josh is in the main office. Will's over here in like this game area that we set up, and you can kind of see and filter by where people are.
So with 3 people, not a big deal. Useful, not a big deal. But 20, 30, 100 people, very useful to be able to organize, to like know where people are, make communications. That's wild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've seen worlds with, 200, 300 people then at the same time. And it's been really nice to see like, oh, everyone's over here at like the auditorium, for instance, versus down here. Something else in terms of navigation is adding a world map, which I think you guys did successfully do last time. And that's going to, again, it's still under this layout and location option.
Cool.
And this will it's going to take a screenshot, essentially, of exactly the current world.
Okay.
So it won't update automatically. So generally something good to do at the very end. But then, again, under this world, I can see what the world looks like.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Also, you can update where you spawn into the world. So when we first came in, we were kind of out in the abyss, and we didn't really know where we were. So you can choose where you want people to drop in exactly. So same thing under that layout and location option. We can set the spawn point and how many pixels that radius would be. So if you were going to have, for instance, 300 people join your world, you may want this radius to be quite large so that everyone's not right on top of each other coming in. But you can also do, I don't know if you knew we could do teleports. So you can make it so if I click on one asset, I teleport over to a different place in the world. So I've seen a lot of people make directories. If you have a lot of areas, set up in your space, you could have a directory that when you click on, a particular, maybe it's a sign with different text assets on it, right? And then, those are labeled main office, game area. I click on one of those, it just sends me right over. Instead of using like the landmarks, you can have like a visual version.
Those requirements are still bound by the square we set up at the beginning. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I couldn't make like a primary square and other subset squares. They have to be in whatever okay. Because one of the things I was thinking there is like, oh, you can make rooms, and like people go off in these little rooms. Now they could always get back from the rooms, if that makes sense. I was like, maybe put them on little islands that they can only teleport through. But if they
are you meaning like our main walkable
stay
space?
in this? Yeah, to stay in this world, but still move around quickly. Because I
know
we
you
could
can teleport to other worlds in there
Right.
based on what we've seen in the past. Like you can do different worlds where they teleport to. But this is what you're saying is you can use for a larger space. You can use the teleports to navigate around the actual space itself, so that they're not having to jetpack an absurd amount of pixels over to this room. They can just kind of like jump into it.
What do you mean? I love traveling across 100,000 pixels, for 5 minutes. It's so much fun.
We like to make it harder, but it kind of sounds like they would rather it be a smooth user experience.
Well, something we did see that was very cool was somebody made, it was like, there was a main space that you started and you had like a video that you watched and it was a challenge and you were trying to figure out like what area you needed to transport to. So you would, you clicked on one, it like took you way across the world to like a whole Western themed area and there were puzzles and challenges. And then you went back, like you figured like, oh, I've got to go to this such and such. So then you teleported back and you clicked on that number and it took you to like a spaceship that you were then inside and you had to do challenges. We added, a new feature that I think you would love for this, where you
Okay.
can't walk through assets, so you could essentially lock them in a box.
Oh,
Um,
really? Okay.
and
I've
then
been wanting
remove.
that.
It's a collision feature, so you could
Okay.
add collision to those assets, and trap them in a space. You could have them spawn into the world in that space, so they can't get out. You'd need to turn off the current user list so they couldn't teleport to somebody else. But they
Okay.
would be
Yeah.
stuck in that box until you moved one of the assets so
Yeah.
they could get out.
That's
Um,
cool.
Okay.
Kind of
Yeah.
create your own escape room experience.
I like that. If you're listening, Robin, Justin, or Steve, just prepare yourself. We have the tools.
And I'll show you how to do that since we're on here.
Okay.
So say I'm going to just use these bushes as an example because it's just very easy. Where are my horizontal bushes? Here we go. So say we make like a little box here of bushes. If you click on an asset, whoops, I didn't want to move that. Undo, put it back. Okay.
I'm gonna come lock myself in this pen you're making.
Okay, perfect.
I offer Will as the sacrificial lamb. To the room.
You get to be trapped. So under this configuration, it lives under this layering feature, but it's only available for bottom layer assets right now, which generally isn't an issue because if you're not going to be able to, if we're going to make it so you can't walk through it, I don't really care if it's a bottom layer versus top layer because I'm not going to go under it anyway. I have to go
Yeah.
around it. So if you change it to a bottom layer, you can then apply collision to it.
Okay.
And now if we come down here and I try to walk through this bush, it's not going to let me do it. I get stuck.
Love that.
Yep. And so you would just need to do it on, what I would recommend is doing it on one and then just duplicating that asset so that
Okay.
you wouldn't have to go apply collision every single time. But yeah, you could create your own little space.
I'm
That's
not
wonderful.
not doing that on my side screen here while we're talking and making
gonna
more
say,
of them.
I
to
can
lock
always tell when
myself
Will
in.
is excited enough about a feature when his eyes start darting over to the side. I know that he's trying to do it himself. No, that's super cool. I think I've always thought that would be an interesting because about these tools when they first started coming out, even Topia, which was really great, but at the same time, it felt like at times it could feel like, and this was what I think one of your notes about the way we had originally set it up, it can feel like it's just like images behind you that you're walking on top of.
Yep.
So I think this collision thing is super cool. You can create like a little bit more of a tangible environment that actually has stops and starts and things that you can do. And I'm sure you guys have had probably a lot of people do some creative stuff with that over the time.
The best one I've seen is someone did a full castle and you could not walk through any of the walls, but you could go through like the windows and the drawbridges, and there was like a trap
Oh,
door.
that's super cool.
And if you clicked on the trap door, it like teleported you to where the other trap door was, so it looked like you popped out
Yeah.
of another area. So
Oh, that's awesome.
that's probably the most creative use of collision that I've seen.
I
Okay.
am being such a child. I am just enjoying that I've locked myself in here, and now I'm just doing my little happy dance. So.
Yeah.
What are some of the other ways you can make a Topia world more interactive? Like, what are some of the tools that give someone the ability to just make more of an interactive experience, not just kind of a place they come in and talk to people and leave?
Hey folks, we know you are in the middle of just the best episode of the HiTech Podcast ever, but if you like this episode and everything we're producing, make sure to join the HiTech Club. It's a low monthly cost. We're not going to tell you what it is at the moment because who knows, it could change, but it's a low cost, and everything you give to the podcast helps us produce it, whether it's subscription costs or hardware, things that help us make this happen. So you want to be a participant, head over to hitechpod.us. You can get quick and easy access links to our subscription model and join the club, which gives you tons of fun benefits, like no more of these ads. Very simple. More of our faces.
Yeah.
Uncut Josh, right? You're going to get all the crazy things he says all the time.
Yeah. You guys should, like, the last 5 years, folks, I've been saying a lot of stuff you haven't heard. So if
You're
you want to hear it, become a club member and you can hear that. That seems like a win to me. And if you want to dictate what we talk about on the podcast, you can do that as a HiTech Club member.
You'll be able to
You'll
vote.
be able to vote on topic ideas. So, yeah. make sure to become a club member. I think that'd be super cool.
We'd really appreciate that.
Okay.
Gonna
We're gonna hold you hostage here for a while until you do. No, I'm just joking. On to our regular scheduled conversation, whatever the heck we were talking about. I'm sure it was great.
It was great.
Yeah.
Back to it.
Yeah, so just one thing right off the bat that I'll highlight just because it's new is we've added some animated assets to our library. So you can't click on them, but they do make the world feel a little more immersive and add some movement. So under, if we're in Topia assets, there's a new animated assets category. And there's a couple things in here. We've got some butterflies. We've got, and they move around, and we can resize these as well. So they're not actually.
I was gonna say, should I be
huge.
terrified that these butterflies are like
This
double our size? Right?
They're
Jurassic
big.
Park.
They are of insects. So and something else we changed since you guys last were doing some editing is instead of using this asset scale, which you absolutely still can use, you can resize things directly in the world, like you would in another editing program, and just drag it down to make it smaller or larger.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so kind of a fun way, but in terms of kind of easy ways to make your world interactive, we have some things in the scene library kind of coming back over here.
Okay.
I'm just going to change this to Topia scenes from the drop down. There you go. We've added a lot of games. So if you did want to add some games and experiences, they should all be labeled as apps. So if you search for an app, you're going to get all of these different interactive things. This is one of my favorites. It's called Jelly Jumper. And it's a very simple game, kind of like infinite scroll game.
Oh, hello. I clicked on it on my screen, so my other screen is now loading the game.
But then we have some like cool multiplayer games. So if you're trying to make it a little more interactive, you could play Connect 4. You could also add some polls to your world. So if you wanted to add a custom poll for some of your guests to respond to, you can do that. So I just dropped that in. Looks like a bar graph. And you can customize it. So, and this one's static. It'll stay in here. So as long as the assets here and the polls configured, it'll just continue to collect data for you.
I think I linked 2 things in here when we built last time. I think our website and something else are linked somewhere in here that you can go and try and find them.
Yeah, I don't even remember what we did.
I think
if you click on the mailbox, you can email us.
That's right.
HiTech, but that was how advanced we got. We added our email to a mailbox.
Yes, I did see that. I was like, they did. They added with the email feature too. It was great.
It's I got myself stuck in the box. Oh no!
I got Josh where I want him.
What did you do? How did I get in here?
Go straight
You
up.
fell for the trap, and he trapped you in there.
Is it where the light is?
Yeah.
You tricky person.
I knew you'd go in there to get the treasure box, and it was acting like a mimic to scare you.
Oh, that was nice. That was nice work. Yeah.
Another interesting use of collision is I built a corn maze world where you had to work your way through the corn maze to get out. And all the corn stalks had collision on them, so you got stuck and moving around.
See, I was thinking about that when you were talking about doing collision and doing the bushes. I was like, I thought it would be fun to build a maze or something that people have to go through. And assuming with the linking and the interactive features you guys have, you could put little Easter eggs through the maze that people need to get to, or things like that.
Secret little teleports, that may take you backwards where you don't want to go, or forwards.
Yeah, that's super cool.
We also have the ability, if you're familiar with Spine, you can create your own animated assets. So I thought that could be cool for your tank. If you ever wanted to make your tank animated, you could do it.
Okay.
And add it to your space. I'm not super familiar with it. I haven't done. It's still pretty new and fresh, and I haven't had a chance to really play around with it. But I have seen a couple people do their own animated things.
Okay.
We're going to drop a link to that for our sake for later, because that's cool.
We definitely need to look at that, though.
And you can do it, if I click on this asset here, the big old tank, it's going to be this spine animation.
Oh, so it's actually okay, I see.
Mhm.
You actually have it
Yep.
integrated into the tool.
It's
Okay.
yep, you can just upload your files and directly
Okay.
inside of the platform.
Josh, I want to make it like a guard dog. I want it to like march the outline of
I
the
think
map.
this is very very doable with either spine or yeah, we can figure that out. That would be very
You
entertaining.
and AI
Especially
can.
yeah, it's a very nice guard dog. It's a nice looking. We didn't make an
It's so
angry looking one.
it's so
You
happy.
know? Yeah, it's so happy to be a tank and to
It
be here.
is.
That's the vibe.
But you can link video content, which is very popular. I feel like the video content always performs the best out of all the different types of links and things you can put on assets. And we have 3 different ways you can do videos. So you can do spatial videos where you walk up to an asset and the video plays. You can have it so you click on an asset and the video plays, or we have a video player that embeds in the world and will play MP4 files.
Okay. Very cool.
So
Yeah,
you can,
that was one of the things that stood out to Will and I both when we were using it originally was the ability to just embed video directly in the environment. I personally like the proximity ones that we saw mainly because it would throw me and Will off when we'd walk up to something not expecting a video to just like start playing on us. But it's super cool.
but it could be cool to have like a whole section in this world that's just links to all your past episodes, right? You could link out tons of videos or have the last episode play in the world. It could be really cool.
So I'm curious, what from your vantage point are some of the key things you can do in a Topia world just to make it more social, to encourage that social interaction? Obviously, I'm assuming some of it's the games and stuff we've talked about, but what have you seen that really works?
Definitely adding some games, activities, also hosting like events in here. You can add events inside of the platform, which I don't know if you've seen. So this is our events icon here that lets you add platform events. So you could give your event a title, description. You can even do a little thumbnail image for it. And then you can share those events out so people can know like what's happening, or when they come in the world, they can see a list of everything that's happening. So if you guys host something weekly, you could have it show up on your events list, and you can even tie it to assets. So when it pops up, it'll show you exactly like if your world is big, you know, where it's going to happen inside of that space.
This is also how you would do a live conference. Like you could do a virtual conference doing this.
Absolutely. Yep.
Wow. That's super cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I realized I knew that you could do events in the worlds, but I didn't realize there was an actual manage events system.
Yeah.
I don't think we've never really dove that deep into it. Because, like, to your point, it'd be really, for those listening, like, I think immediately, right, here's a practical application for myself, right? We do faculty development in our work environment, right? And so we're trying to figure out how to do this more in an engaging way with online faculty that's not just like a, hey, watch this video recording, or, hey, come to this 8 billionth Zoom call you've done for the week. And I could see it really cool, like, creating a space for people to come in like open office hour type of dynamic where they can get like help, both either from an instructor, but like for even instructors themselves, like professional development time and setting up different events that they can see that they can be a part of. I think that's super cool. That's a really cool integration.
And we were talking about time zones prior to the call. This will default to your current time zone. So you'll always see the event in your local time. Which helps, so you don't like, oh, I thought it was at 6. Oh, but it was 6 Eastern, it wasn't 6 my time. You know, it'll always show at like your current time.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, some of us have more problems with that than others, so that's helpful.
Can you showed us zones early on. Can you link the event to a zone? Like, because I'm thinking if I'm building a conference space, a virtual conference, I'm going to want to arrange my events to specific areas or to specific rooms, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. So say we have this is our room, the floor of our room, right? Under this configuration and then zones, I can actually I lied. It's under here, under events. I can add an event here. So I'll just do this one as like a test.
Oh my gosh.
And then I'll create it. And now it's automatically going to add it to the same, like when we're looking at events that are happening in the space. What should be, here's my test event.
There it is.
If I click on it, or I can add it to my calendar. I can also Let me view it this way. It should have added a little teleport icon, but maybe I did not add it.
Is it because you're in builder mode, or?
It might be. Let's
Oh yeah, it
fix
is because I have a teleport.
Oh,
on
there
my
it is.
screen.
Yay! I always
Yeah,
forget
if you're
that
out
I'm
of
in
builder mode, it has
builder
like a
mode.
little teleport mode.
And now
Cool.
it'll.
Or you can click like the eye to get more information. Okay, that's super
Perfect.
cool.
And then it'll teleport me right there.
Okay.
So
Sam,
I'd see that there.
I'm
on
so
my list.
excited by this. Josh, we need to like pitch this to Lancaster Lawrence for a virtual conference, or you should
Yeah,
do it
I have
for
a
your
couple
work.
conference. I have a couple conference ideas that this could be used for. This is a really cool. I mean, folks, those listening, this is why Will and I love Topia so much, because I feel like every time we talk to somebody from Topia, they tell us something that you guys have done or that is available that we're just like, I love
Cooler and
this so
cooler.
much more than so many other things on the internet. Like it's just super cool. I mean, you guys have integrated a lot of really cool features together that it explains why you're blowing up in the spaces that you are. This is a really, I think, dynamic and interesting way to view how you can do engagement and events and classes online in a different way than we're doing right now, which is basically like a lot of Zoom calls and chats and goodness gracious emails. And so like this is like, I think this is really cool. A cool feature that you guys have added.
I'd like to, if I may, while you're driving a little bit, Sam, point out two things I noticed implicitly. So when you were doing some of those zones, one of the drop-downs items was private zone. And that's
Yes.
even more important, right, for something like events. So you could actually make it, if I'm understanding this right, you have to be in the zone to hear the conversation. Yeah?
Correct. Yeah. So this one, you could set the capacity. So if you did want to limit how many people could be in each session, you can. Or
Okay.
and it'll create its own chat too. So if you just want to chat with people that are also in the same session, it'll set up a channel just for this space here. And I'm touching the screen like you can see it. Just in this
It's okay,
space
we've done it
here.
too. Yeah.
This one. And then you can also broadcast. So say you had the capacity in this area set to 50, you could do a broadcast just in the private zone. So only
okay.
those in the private zone would hear it. It wouldn't go to the whole entire space.
This is just fantastic. I know we could. I mean, there's just an alphabet of options in front of us, and we've only touched A. I mean, that's my expectation of what you're showing us here is just the smallest little bit. And our place already looks so much nicer than when you first stepped in
Yeah.
here.
All it took was the grass. It just took the grass
yeah.
to make our world go from, oh, where am I in this dark, sad space
Will
with a
you-
weird tank?
Will you do a
Dude, like-
brief zoom out, Sam? Give us the full section for the
Yes.
recording here. So while y'all were talking at one point, I put the hedge around the entire box because it's just so
Yeah.
peaceful to put the
Look at
hedge
us.
in so people can see this whole new world that is the HiTech Podcast.
Yeah.
So,
We've still got that purple butterfly just running rampant.
that's our
but
friend.
it's-
That's our friend now.
Yes, it's the largest animation that we have, so it does kind of take up a lot of real estate.
It's a vibe. I like it. It's nice. It's grown on me over this time.
Sam, thank you so much. This has just been phenomenal. We've only done, what did we do? Even a dozen things. The world looks so
It
much
only
better.
took like 40 minutes to show us what to do, and already it's so much better than what we did in an entire
Anything.
episode.
Anything we could have done.
Yeah.
Clearly you spend a lot of time in this, and your expertise is just wonderful. If folks want to work with Topia, work with Sam, of course you clearly know who to ask for if you're trying to get set up. But what resources would you recommend for folks to get started if they're trying to do some of this on their own, or if they're watching our episode, they just go make a free site and get started? Like, should they just dive in and try things out? Or there's YouTube videos? Where would you encourage them to go?
I would go definitely to the website, set up a free world. We also have some resources on our YouTube channel, so I'd check out our YouTube channel. And then we should have some helpful blogs and articles on our website as well. And of course, you
Awesome.
can always email us, and it'll come to me, and I can help you.
Oh, well, there you go.
It's
Yeah.
just like the HiTech Podcast inbox. Josh
Yeah.
is like, yeah, put that out there so you can talk to Will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah. It's not that I don't want to talk to people. It's just that Will does it. So bless both of you for your email management. Okay, very cool. We will make sure to link some of that stuff just to those listening if you want to get connected with that. We obviously know Topia's website and we know the YouTube channel, so we can also link to that stuff on our website page if you're curious about how to get started in those dynamics, like Sam's talking about. So, okay, very cool.
Yeah. Thank you again so much. We didn't, we never know how long an episode's going to go, but we've taken so much time. Thank you for your gift of time. And I bet this will not be the last time we see you because we've already had Topia on so many times before.
It was an absolute pleasure. If you guys ever want to do another round, work on it some more and come back, I'm happy to help you enhance it even more.
No, thank you so much. We look forward to it. All right. This has been another episode of the HiTech Podcast. Josh, you want to take us out?
Yep, we will make sure to put all of the links and all the fun things we talked about. We're going to also link to this world so you can check out the next stage of where it's at and say hi to Gregory the butterfly. I'm naming the butterfly as of this moment. So you can say hi to Gregory the butterfly. Okay, folks, that's a wrap on another week. Empowering minds.
Embracing tech. Cheers.
Cheers.
Walk